Yo, what's good, man? Crazy one, Lake Worth. How y'all doing today? I was born in California, Santa Cruz, and I've been here in Florida all my life though, so I really don't know much of that area, but that's where I was born. It was like a back and forth type of thing. We kept moving around. We ended up going to Mexico, stayed in Mexico for a couple years, then came back to Florida. That would mean like maybe in 98, somewhere around there, 97, 98, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I grew up here in West Palm Beach. Obviously I was born here, gone to Mexico, stayed there for a couple years. You're in Mexico, nobody else speaks English, so all you do is talk Spanish. I came back not knowing English, so it was hard. I had to learn English again. For elementary, we went to Palm Springs Elementary. As far as like middle schools, we ended up going to Boynton. I think Odyssey was one of them. We went to Lake Worth Middle as well. But other than that, that was basically it. I made it to like high school, beginning of high school, but I never really went to school like that. I just kind of started at 8th grade and that was it. I always kind of wanted to do music. It's just didn't know how to come about it and exactly like what kind of type of music I would be making, but there was this little poem that I wrote and then made it to a book, and I don't know, I was talking to my older brother and he was like, hey, if people like it enough to be put on the book, like, you should try that music thing you was talking about. So I ended up making one of my first songs. We were in one of my classes and I think it was just basically it became like some type of work that we had to get done, and then from there at the end they picked out the best poems, and then we found out that a second class were also doing the same type of task, and they put it all together and they picked out like the best ones, and I don't know, mine got picked and put in a book. I made my first song and I showed my brother, obviously, the one I was just telling you about, and told my homeboys about it. I let my homeboy hear it and he was like, yo, I know somebody with a studio. Well, that didn't go through, so we just kept messing around. We had a little karaoke machine with the microphone and you can play instrumentals, and that's what we would do, freestyle on it. Eventually I ended up going to a real studio, but we also tried making a studio at the house. It was just, I don't know, bro. Like we weren't at that level yet, you know what I'm saying? We just fucking around trying to learn something. Ain't nobody really know how to run the studio. We had the whole setup and everything, but we didn't have the knowledge behind that. We just had to keep going to different studios, We went through, that was another issue that we went through. It was a lot of studios that we went to that, like they weren't doing what they supposed to do, bro, as far as I seen it, because I'd be in the booth recording and you'd be like, everybody fucks up, so you'd be like, yo, take me back. And you come out and ain't nobody there. They're like, the person just hit record and go ahead and stepped out the session. That's the kind of shit that, I started doing music like in 2008, so it's like we weren't getting the same love that we're getting right now. It wasn't a lot of what they call us down here, the Chicos. It wasn't a lot of Chicos doing the music thing like that. I ended up making this one song called Lake Worth, and it was basically just like me and two of my other homeboys that were working on the song, and that got a little recognition, but they don't even know who we was back then, We were just handing it out on a mixtape that had no writing on it, so, but it was cool to hear people playing it. Even in middle school, I met one of my homeboys and he was just like, oh, you can burn CDs. I told him yes, so he was just like, hey man, we can make money off of this. So we kind of started that little hustle right there. We start charging people, to make them a mix or something. That was one of the things. But then once I got to the music, when I was doing it for myself, I just automatically knew, okay, I get my track made and I could put it on a CD, burn it, and basically copy it. That was pretty cool about that, you know. Before you had to go, now everybody got it on their phone, so it's a whole different thing. Back in the day, it's like there wasn't a lot as far as Florida, you know, like Texas, you know, Cali, Chicago. I mean, they always had Spanish rappers, you know, Mexican rappers. Even in New York, I see they got a lot of Mexicans, but it's like Florida, it was just, you really didn't see it like that, you know. You know, we got Trick Daddy, we got Kodak, you know, Iceberg, you know, but it's like we really had nobody like that. I know we had KRAZY G, you know. We got who else we had? We had this one dude named Mota, you know, but like as far as that, like from what I remember growing up in West Palm Beach, we had Triple J, we had Suave Smooth, 21 Reese, you know what I'm saying? Like Spro, you know, Cool K, you know what I'm saying? T-Dot, you know, like Van Dam, PC, Tweezy, like all them boys, but like you weren't really hearing too many Mexicans on that, you know, so it was like, I'm not saying I'm the first, but I know I get love, you know what I'm saying? Like people would be like, oh, I heard you on this track, you know. Shout out to my dog Jay Rich too. I met that man about, I want to say now 12, 13 years ago through my music, through a cameraman named Kino, and we ended up making a couple songs, man, and he put me on a couple people that he knows, so, you know, shout out to Richway Films, 95 Rich, Fuel House, helped me get my, basically my name out there, my name registered, you know, my music on Spotify, you know. Him and Cam Airborne, a rapper from Florida, shout out to Cam Airborne. He sat down with us and he helped us get all of that, my music now, you know, you can find it on Spotify, you know, so shout out to him, because for years I was like, bro, I'm just making music and it ain't doing nothing, you know. I was like, like I said, we didn't have that knowledge until, like, how we gonna get paid off of this, or what's the next move? Oh man, I'm at Fuel House, I want to say same time, I want to say maybe 11 years ago, and he was actually rapping at the time, you know, and cool as fuck, man, you know what I'm saying, but he was getting a haircut, what he said, and the barber that he was getting his hair done by, rest in peace to Mr. E, was playing my music at his shop in Fuel House back in the day. His name was Tripon. So Tripon asked my dog Mr. E, like, hey, you know who that you bumping? He was like, oh, KRAZY One. Well, this man, Mr. E, ended up throwing an event, you know, so we all kind of came and performed, and that's where I met Tripon, which is now Fuel House. And like I said, he was rapping at the time, so we definitely got music together. But man, ever since I met him, it was all cool, you know what I'm saying? It was all love. So I mean, much respect to him, to see him doing now. Like, he go one day he in Polk County, the other day he down in, I don't know, let's say Sarasota, Naples, you know what I'm saying? He trying to connect with everybody, you know, trying to put everybody together. Because like I said, he came from around that same time too. He know what I'm talking about. There wasn't a lot of Mexicans, or even, not even Mexicans, he just wasn't a lot of Spanish, you know, people involved in the rap game like that. So it's a whole different thing that we're trying to do. And everybody that I meet that's Mexican, Guatemalan, they don't, Honduran, like, it really don't matter, bro. It's like, as long as you show love, I show love back, you know. Recently we made a song with Cap G, you know. That's another thing that I want to say came about mainly because of Fuel House, you know. Fuel House brought Cap G down for Cinco de Mayo event down in Las Palmas in Belgrade, and I took the opportunity to basically, you know, talk to Cap G and be like, yo, what's up with a feature? And he told me the price, pay the man. We did the song, you know. I had already had the song, and it was a cumbia song. Being that he's always killing it on the cumbia beats, I was just like, bro, it's only right. So, You know, he did his thing. We shot the video. I'm still waiting on that, but like I said, I mean, we got that coming. Going up to Mesquite, Texas on December 14th. We're gonna be performing up there, you know. So I'm just really trying to connect with different people. And like I said, yeah, I'm from Florida, but I like to connect with Texas, Chicago, anybody else out the area, you know, because I mean, I kind of feel like you just do business in the same area, you're gonna just always stay there. So that's mainly what made me wanted to do the Spanish, because before I was like, yeah, I know Spanish, but I really couldn't rap in Spanish. I talk Spanish, but I always rapped in English, and most of my early stuff, it was just English, and I was like, you know, in a way I was like kind of disappointed, because I was like, wow, I don't get no love for the Mexicans, and yeah, I wasn't saying nothing in Spanish, so, you know, it's like they don't understand. Yeah, the beats sound cool and everything, some of them play it, but once I started doing the Spanish thing, it was a whole different thing, you know. And I went from rapping like 4 lines in a song in Spanish to rapping half a verse to rapping a full verse to doing a whole song in Spanish, you know. So I slowly got it there, but you know, it did take some time. As far as me with the music, man, I want to just be getting to a point where, you know, I could actually make a living off of what I'm doing, you know. Like I said, I've been doing this since 2008. I can't say that my music is gone everywhere or anything like that, but like I said, I mean, people that know me, you know, they fuck with it. That's why I say I kind of feel like you got to get up out your own area to see what else is out there, you know. But as far as the future, that's where I'm trying to get at, you know, just make a living. And man, somebody told me just like this, you know, it's not about being the biggest rapper. It's about getting paid, making an income from what you dream, what you like doing, you know. And I mean, I've been doing this, like I said, for a minute without getting paid. So what's the difference? It's all for the love of music. It's all for the love. That's what's in your heart. That's what you gonna put out there, and hopefully that's what I get back. Shout out to mainly, you know, my dog from Ninth, you know what I'm saying? My dog Bro, you know what I'm saying? My dog Charles, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog Mondo, you feel me? Shout out to my dog Ignacio, you feel me? Shout out to Fuel House. Shout out to Rich Way Films, you know, K95 Rich, you know. Shout out to, you know, all my little homies right now who doing the damn thing, like AMG Chapo, you know, 1800 Mijo, you know, we got BA Slew, you know. So I mean, we got a lot of people to shout out, bro. Like I said, I just, you know, show love to everybody, bro. I just made a song also with SG Easy. Shout out to SG Easy as well, you feel me? So like I said, man, it's just me doing me, bro, showing love to everybody everywhere I go, everywhere I step. I just do me, bro. I just feel like that's the main thing that's gonna make me at the end, bro. Like I said, for the people out there, bro, like if you want to get involved in the music, you feel like you have it in you, bro, it's probably because it is in you, bro. You just gotta break down that wall, you know what I'm saying? Like, stop being shy, stop being embarrassed. Like, till now, people, I go out to people, I hand them my flyer, you know, then I walk by and it's on the floor. It's like, bro, some people gonna like you and some people ain't, you know. You gotta get rid of that fear, bro. You don't know, man. You might come across the right person, they might take your shit to the next level. Never thought you was gonna be on top. So just gotta keep following what you're doing, bro. You gotta push yourself. Always push yourself. You did it, what you thought was a fire song, now let's do something else that's better than that one. You know, don't settle for less. Like I said, you know, I like being around people that make music just for that simple fact, because if I know I like their music, they gonna make me go harder just because they're in the building and I want to sound good, you know. It's weird how we all think, bro, because to me it's like homie might sound fire to me, you know what I'm saying? And he might be looking at me the same way. So it's like we just trying to match up and level up, but at the end of the day, you're gonna make a fire ass track. That's what I'm trying to get at. Like, you always gotta boost yourself up, man. You know, don't nowadays you can't let nobody just tell you, hey, I fuck with you, this and that. No, you gotta keep pushing yourself and promote yourself, you know, as best as you can. When I go perform, I take my flyers, I take what I can out there. Like I tell people, you go out there, and you, especially if you're going out the area, take out and give out your shirts. If you can't sell them, give them out for free. Give out your flyers, stickers, your hats, whatever you have, so they know that so-and-so was there at this night, they performed, they killed it, and he gave out free merch. He gave out, so they're gonna go home with a memory. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't tell you that, man. They'll just let you go out there blind, and then that's it. He went out and performed, drove maybe 4 or 5 hours, went in there and did a little 6-minute set, and that was it. Nobody knows him. You see what I'm saying? You gotta play it. Gotta play smart, bro. Alright, bro. So yeah, man, we've been chilling it out here, man. We're about to close up, man. Hey, big shout out to Respect the Vibes for doing this whole thing right here, man. Salute, homie. Respect.